Yowzers, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Senior WWE 34, and you are watching Senior WWE 34, where the entertainment never goes so shark-toothed, and you're wondering, why am I wearing a Rey Mysterio mask? That's because today I am going to do a wrestling tag. As you saw on, about a day ago, I did a superhero tag, which was inspired by my good friend Jack. And he said he thinks he made the superhero tag, and I think he did. I think that is the original one. So I thought to myself, now which tag could I come up with? And I thought of it, wrestling tag. And basically, it's just a bunch of questions where I go down all this weird stuff. And let's start off with the first. So first of all, what wrestling name would I have? Now I wouldn't use my real name, Kyle Marson. I'd probably use I've always thought of, well, originally when I was like really into wrestling, which I still am, but I used to call myself Rampage for a wrestling name, but I thought that's a bit too weird, so a bit too generic in my opinion. So I came up with a nice name. I came up with Daniel because I like the name Daniel, and then McBain because my family goes back to a name called McBain, which is Scottish, and I thought that's a really good name, Daniel McBain. I won't mind that. That's a good name. Would I use that in all the wrestling companies I go to? Probably yes. Maybe a few exceptions if I start off in the indie wrestling companies and all that, and then move on to like WWE and go on to Daniel McBain, which I reckon would be a really good name. I like that name. It's very good. So yeah, on to the next question. So next question is, what kind of wrestler would I be? Now, if you don't know what I mean, is there's different types of wrestling. You got brawler, submission specialist, technician, high flyer, all them kind of guys. But in honesty, I'd probably be a technician just because, I mean, I like using a lot of submissions. I like using various moves like clothesline. I like mixing it up. Clotheslines, leg drops, body slams, German suplexes, all them kind of moves. I'll probably not go for anything that Rey Mysterio would do, like Hurricane Ranas or Frankensteiners or all like that. It's just those moves are just they're not for people like me. I mean, I'm not a nimble kind of guy. I'm not, well, I am, but I'm not a really daring guy with like back. I don't even know how to do a backflip, ladies and gentlemen. I do know how to do a front flip, but it's quite pathetic in my opinion. So yeah, I'd be a technician just because it'd give me a chance to be versatile and use a lot of good moves like clotheslines and all that. I'd say you kind of make me like a cross between Chris Jericho and Batista and CM Punk in that kind of way, just because I can use some good versatile moves and also very powerful moves, powerhouse moves. So yeah, I'd be a cross between a technician and a powerhouse. So yeah. So the next question is, what would be my wrestling theme? And what I mean by that is, what would be my theme song? To be honest, I there's a lot of songs out there that I like that could suit me. Disturbed, Sons of Plunder, Y2J's old theme, King of My World, the Drowning Pools of the Game, and then there's this soundtrack called The Wolf. I think it's by this band called or composer called Hi-Fi Knees or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, those were probably the 4 songs I'd use for. And then for existing wrestling soundtracks, I'd use Wade Barrett's. I don't know. To be honest, I like Wade Barrett's theme songs a lot more than other people. Goldberg, he has a great theme song. I mean, it's just an intense theme song. And maybe Jeff Hardy, I liked his theme songs when he was in WWE. So yeah, on to the next question. Now, wrestling attire. If you don't know what attire means, it's stuff like this: a mask or knee pads or anything like that. You know. I can. In fact, I've got some wrestling knee pads. Well, not with me now, but I can get them and show you. So and here they are, guys. Some knee pads. I mean, I got these when I was like, I don't know, 11. But yeah, these are the kind of knee pads you'd like to go on your knee and all that. And there's these ones that just match, and it's like not bad at all. But yeah, there you go. And to be honest, in other ways, a wrestling attire, I'd probably have an attire like Chavo Guerrero with the legs. I just like that colour scheme and the design on it, to be honest. I mean, obviously I won't have anything Guerrero-ish on it. And then wrist tape and all that. I'd have like Tommy Dreamer's wrist tape, so if you can look there. Something like that. So yeah, just imagine that and pop my head on it. And boom, there you go. On to the next question. So, next question. What would be my finisher? Now, what I mean, well, finisher and signature, sorry. Well, for a signature, I'd probably have a choke slam or a spine buster, but for a finisher, it's a move called Omega Driver. Basically, what you do, I'm just going to use Tommy Dreamer and Chavo Guerrero here. Basically, you come up behind them, and you get between the legs like that. You flip him over like that into a pile driver, and it just goes bang like that. It just goes down on the head like that. Now, I came across this move when I was actually doing a match on WWE 2K14 between Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro used that move, and I was like, oh my god, that's a good move. So I used that move for my creative character in the games now, because I find it such a good move. So yeah, I'd use that. So look it up. It's called Omega Driver. It's a fantastic move, and I really like it. I mean, it is a very technical and very powerhouse kind of move. It's a mixture of the both. So yeah, on to the next question. So, which championship would I win first in the WWE? Well, specifically WWE. Now, for all you guys who don't know what championships you got in the WWE, you've got the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, the Tag Team Championships, which you have to win with a partner, you can't win them by yourself. The Women's the Divas Championship, which is the Women's Championship pretty much. And you've also got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It used to be split into two, so you'd have the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship, but in 2013, late 2013 December, it was brought back together to become one championship. Now, I've got some championship belts here, but if I was to win one, the first one I'd win would be this one, the Intercontinental Championship. And I've got this design, and I hopefully want to get the new design, but I don't have the time and money to buy one. And this is like the kids one, but I really like this one just because it to be honest, it reminds me of the old days of the Attitude Era and the post-Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, which was, those two eras were really good in my opinion. This current era that WWE's in, it's not as versatile, or it's not as good as it was back then. I mean, nothing could ever beat the Attitude Era. I mean, the Attitude Era was probably one of the, if not the best era in WWE in my opinion, just because you got the big names like Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Kane, all them guys, Shawn Michaels, yeah, you got all them guys. But yeah, on to the next question is, who would be my tag team partner now? A current wrestler who would like to be my tag team partner would either be Evan Bourne, also known as Matt Seidel, or John Cena, just because I'm a massive John Cena fan, or Roman Reigns, because I'm also a massive Roman Reigns fan. Those three wrestlers I'm big fans of. I think Evan Bourne should come back to the WWE and win a world championship. He definitely deserves it. He needs it. I mean, who wouldn't want a high flyer being your tag team partner and a world champion? I mean, yeah, I'd win the tag titles with them, and plus I think I'd have good chemistry with them. But for a guy who isn't in wrestling right now, I would have to go with my good friend Jack. He has, well, pretty much he has no knowledge of wrestling at all. He doesn't like wrestling, and you know what? That's fine. But he does have martial arts. Knowledge, and because because he'd probably have, and because I'd help him practice moves, I reckon he'd be a good wrestler. Not as good as me because I have more experience, and I don't know. I look like a world champion to me. I mean, look at this. I'm a world champion, but yeah, if I was to team up with Jack, we would win the tag team championships like that. Don't care who they are. The Road Warriors, NWO, Ascension. But yeah, and pretty much that is it for well, hang on, I've got one more question. Sorry guys, one more question. The next question is, when would I debut? Which means when would I go into the company and make my entrance into the company for the first time? And would I be a heel or a face? Now, I'm just going to tell you when I would debut. I'd probably debut either before the Royal Rumble. Oh, it's starting to get sunny. I look like a ghost. Before the Royal Rumble or before WrestleMania. I mean, not before WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, just because then you can set my character up. I mean, the Royal Rumble, before the Royal Rumble, it would be hard. But after WrestleMania, it would be quite easy to build my character up over the months up to a WrestleMania match, possibly. But yeah, could happen. And heel and face. Now, heel means you'd get booed by the crowd. So be like, boo, because you're a bad guy. Face means you get cheered because you're a good guy. Now, you do get people who are tweens, and what tween means is that they're in between. And basically, you can get booed and cheered by the crowd. I mean, a good example is sort of John Cena. He's more of a face. He's not being a tween. He's a face, but he gets booed and cheered by the crowd just because his gimmick, in my opinion, I'm a Cena fan, just because his gimmick is getting a bit old. I mean, but then again, it is good to use it in those situations where where the crowd wants respect and the bad guys aren't giving it, and John Cena's like, oh, you should respect these guys. They did everything for us, and our champion's here. You can't see me. But yeah, I'd probably start off as a face, and maybe once or twice in my career I'd go to a heel, just because maybe that's how my character would get written. But yeah, that's what would happen. To be honest, I won't mind it. And yeah, but thank you guys for watching. This is it for today. Please go and do your own wrestling tag. I hope Jack does it. If he doesn't, I'll kill him. I will actually wrestling him. I will challenge him to a match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage, brother. If you don't get that reference, you're not a true wrestling fan. I'm joking. You are. You are. Don't worry. You are. But thank you all for watching. I shall see you probably next week. Bye bye.